I had this conversation with another person the other day, being like, my life is I wake up thinking about movies, I go to bed thinking about movies, I every living, breathing time is about movies. It's hard for me to think beyond anything but that. So it's weird when I think about that there's other people in this world that don't have that. And I'm like, really? There's a life beyond movies?
We are the
Get Reelisms podcast.
I am Adam Chase Rani.
And I am Christine Chen. And surprise, we're both filmmakers.
We get into it by sharing secrets, advice, and gossip in filmmaking.
We even get our other filmmaking friends to share theirs too.
So please, everybody, join us for an
ode
to
filmmaking.
My name is Adam Chase Rani.
And I am Christine Chen.
Did you think we'd make it this far, Christine? To 188 episodes?
No, not at all. Not at all. No. And it's fun because I get to edit all these podcasts. And I'm like, wow, we have made it quite far.
With quite a journey.
It's been quite a journey. And it's fun. It's fun because I was explaining to someone, it's like a little live journal that we have done. And it's a nice way to see how far we've gone and what things we've done on this path of ours and where we've been. And it's a journey.
Yeah. It's been it's been 6 years almost.
And we're still here.
And we're still here. Actually, no, it's probably been longer since Fun Employment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing this for probably around, you know what's so funny? I want to say it's been around 6 to 7 years, but I literally can't say those sequence of numbers without me thinking about the meme of 6, 7. Anyways, any updates, Christine? What's been happening? What's been going on? What's new? What's going on?
I think the biggest one, I'm trying to figure out when was our last. Oh yeah, the last podcast was our interview
with an Oscar winner.
With a now Oscar winner, Sam Davis, for The Singers.
How crazy was that?
Cool. That was
a tie, awesome. Dude.
Yeah, which I didn't know was a thing, that you could have a tie for the Academy Awards. Did you know you could have a tie?
Yeah. There was a tie like a long time ago. Because my sister also knows these things as well. She just knows trivia, like movie trivia shit. And it's been known. Like the Oscars have had ties a couple times. I don't know for any big categories like actors though. That's the thing. I don't know if they had any ties like that big. But anyways, yeah. What did you think of One Battle After Another winning?
Oh, I predicted that would happen.
Really? I thought it was Sinners.
My predictions were all correct. So I pretty much
new. That's awesome.
So my predictions were that One Battle After Another would get Best Picture, and that Michael B. Jordan would get Best Actor.
Yeah.
And that Best Actress would be from Hamnet. So I felt that it would have been nice if Sinners got Best Picture, but I felt like it might have been it's just like genre films are on that cusp of people thinking that it is not serious enough to be Best Picture worthy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but they're wrong. But yeah.
So it's still in that, Best Picture should be some sort of political film, and just One Battle After Another still has that vibe. So that's why I felt like more. And it was a very well done film.
Yeah, One Battle After Another is good. It is a good movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that PTA 100% deserved those Oscars and stuff. I think he got directing. No.
Yes. Director.
He got directing, and I thought that was, which is so strange because it's like he's been at it since the 90s, and this is the first movie he's won as a director.
Yeah, I didn't like his other films compared to this one in terms of direction.
Oh, really? You think so? Yeah. I thought Phantom Thread was like, I don't know. I thought it was playing on another level that PTA doesn't usually do. Yeah, because PTA is like I don't know. Dramatic films like that, like Phantom Thread, is just like very not within PTA's wheelhouse, I feel. And I feel like when he stepped out of his comfort zone, he like got a lot of other awards, but like he didn't really get any Oscar recognition as much as he should have. I'm glad he did though for One Battle After Another. I think that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I just
Sinners
think
is just, I think, is a crowd favorite, is my thing.
Sure. Sorry. I just think from overall, from a story perspective, One Battle After Another was just a stronger film.
Yeah.
And then Phantom Thread.
True.
So that's why I felt like that deserved Best Director.
That's fair. Yeah.
In general. So that was my conclusion from it. But no, I really love that film. But Sinners, I also equally loved it for its originality.
Yeah.
And so I'm really glad that it won Best Original Screenplay.
So you didn't have any like surprises or anything like that?
I
guess there really wasn't.
I feel like it didn't. There wasn't many things that surprised me. Were there any things that surprised you?
No, there's always drama circulating around the Oscars more so than who was actually awarded. Mm-hmm. But no, yeah, there wasn't anything crazy other than, like I said, the drama that was around it. With Timothée Chalamet saying that ballets are stupid.
Ballet and operas.
Yeah,
I know.
It's a dumb thing to say. What else is there to say about it?
Which is not thought out.
No.
But I don't know, but people say dumb stuff all the time, and it was just an unfortunate thing that he said without thinking through it, and it's unfortunate that he said that without much thought.
Yeah. Also, I'm sure he knows a lot of Americans that don't go to ballets. But it's still an art form that exists and still works. Yeah. Dude, I have little cousins of mine who are just like, who knows that I am a filmmaker, and they are just like, Adam, movies are boring. Movies are too long. And, like, they're stupid. Like, why can't I just watch a movie on like TikTok or something? You want to watch a whole movie on TikTok? What do you mean? Like, I don't know, like less than 5 minutes or something like that, and just have it shorter and stuff. Why is it so long? An hour and a half is too long. Yeah.
It's so weird. It's so weird to think that people think that movies are too long.
It's just an attention span thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's so weird.
Yeah.
There are people now in this world that don't watch movies.
Or just don't care enough to sit through a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To just sit down and watch a movie, it kind of takes, it's like a whole production for some people.
Yeah. Very interesting. I'm so immersed in the world, and so I live and breathe it. And I had this conversation with another person the other day, being like, my life is, I wake up thinking about movies. I go to bed thinking about movies. Every living, breathing time is about movies. It's hard for me to think beyond anything but that. So it's weird when I think about that there's other people in this world that don't have that. And I'm like, really? There's a life beyond movies?
I know.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would think such things?
Yeah, I'm like, really? Or I meet somebody who's, I've never seen that. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, that's the story. Yeah, but I feel like that's the story of our lives, though. You know what I mean? We're always gonna run into people who are just gonna be like, "What's that movie?" Yeah, no. My dad. Every time I talk to my dad, my dad thinks that I've watched everything on Netflix. So he's, "What movie should I watch?" I'm just like, I don't know. Look through net, because I don't look through net. If I know what movie I want to watch, I'm just gonna watch it. So I don't really think about, I'm gonna surf around HBO or some shit. My dad does that. It's like he's trying to preserve channel surfing in its integrity. But
to add on to that particular topic, I think the most frustrating line that an independent filmmaker or director can hear from anybody is, "Have I seen that on Netflix?"
Yeah.
I hate that line so much with a passion.
Yeah.
Because I don't think normal people understand how difficult it is to get something on Netflix. They just
it's
assume,
a lottery. Yeah.
Yeah, they just assume that that's just where all movies go. They don't understand. Yeah. No, they don't understand that is a small, tiny percentage
Yeah, you're right.
of movies.
I just didn't think about it in that bigger perspective. It was just, that's where you go to the movies. It's Netflix.
I think that's where that's what the world thinks. Like, oh, if you make a movie, it just ends up on Netflix. No. Netflix is like 1% of movies that are made.
Oh, yeah. My mom thought Ursula was on Netflix.
Oh, my fucking thing. I know, it's so frustrating because I'm like, I would love it to be on Netflix.
She was like, yeah, your teacher, Christine, her movie was on Netflix. I'm like, no, it wasn't. She's like, yeah, it was. I saw it on Netflix. I'm like, no, it wasn't.
It's on Tubi. At least it's on a streaming platform. Like, at least I can do that. It's on Tubi. At least Tubi's recognizable. I'm at least happy that and Apple TV is recognizable. Thank God.
Anything that's free, because YouTube is free, Tubi is free.
Yeah, Tubi, YouTube. I can at least say that it's on you can click on a button and it's on some sort of fucking streaming platform. Luckily.
Yeah.
But I think that's the most frustrating line ever. And it's like, can I see it on Netflix? I'm like, no. I just want to roll up in a ball and die when everybody asks that question, because it's so frustrating, and then it puts all your insecurities / like worth right there. There you go, shot through the heart right there. Yep, it's just another reason why you haven't made it yet, because my effing film is not on Netflix. Yeah, it's just nope, you're not a real filmmaker yet, because I can't wait for the day when somebody can say, "Can I watch it on Netflix?" and I can be like, "Yes, you can.
Yeah,
yes, you can. You can watch this on Netflix." Yeah.
For now.
That will be the day when we can finally say, yes, you can indeed watch that.
It would be a great day. But like I said, it's a lottery, it's really 1 in a million. Production assistant training, shouted out.
Yeah.
Yeah, shouted out in the chat saying camp is happening right now. That's awesome. That's cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. She just she was like, want to say something.
Oh, shout out that the camp's happening?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You have your photo in the academy. What more you want? I guess for Christine.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I got happy. Yes, yay. I recently have my behind the scenes photo from Shakespeare in the Range in the Academy Museum.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
I've been hiding under a hole. I've been working, so
don't worry.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they had put it in the exhibit. I knew that they were going to. They emailed me in last year being like, hey, can we use this photo on Instagram? And I was like, what? And they picked, and I'm really excited that they picked this particular photo. It was behind the scenes from Shakespeare in the Range, taken by my first AD / friend, Matthias. And he's a wonderful photographer. And it is the one photo that Roxy is not in. She's
even though she worked on it. Yeah.
I know. She's like in all the photos, but like this one. And it's great because we know exactly what she was doing. Because we were trying to think, why isn't Roxy in this photo? It's because in the photo, it's Taylor Camero, who we're going to be talking about for our guest in the next film. She's the director photographer for American Dollhouse, for the feature film that we will be interviewing the director for the next guest. Anyways, he's the one reviewing the camera. So I'm looking over his shoulder at the shot that we're reviewing. And the reason why Roxy's not in this photo is because she's panicking off the side, rigging the next blood gag, basically. So this was the first time she's ever done a blood gag. And this is for Shakespeare in the Range, which is a film about prisoners being reformed through Shakespeare. And this particular film was significant in our careers because It is literally the first film we had a real G&E truck and a real gaffer. Before this film, we only had a DP who served as a gaffer as well. So poor Alex Walker.
Alex Walker, yeah.
Basically. He would DP and gaff and do everything. And all of the equipment would fit in Adam Duncan's, which was my producer, Prius, and some of our in our Alex Walker, our DP's cars, like sedans, basically. So we had zero G&E truck at all. And I remember showing up day one. Day one was at a prison in Shreveport, Louisiana. And it wasn't in Shreveport. It was like a little smaller town. I can't remember. It begins with a K. And showing up and seeing a truck and being like, oh, somebody else is also shooting here. Not realizing that was our truck. Because I didn't rent a truck, but I had hired a gaffer. I didn't know that the gaffer came with the truck. I had rented him and I rented him and his equipment, but I didn't know he didn't tell me that he came with the truck, basically. And so when I showed up, I was like, oh, cool. Somebody else is shooting him here without realizing that's our truck. And so it was just really cool to be like, oh no, that is our truck. We are a real film set now.
Yeah.
So that was a very significant photo that is now in the Academy Museum. And it was really neat to see it in person, also with Roxy. And I was really thankful for it because I thought that they would be showcasing everyone who had been invited to be shorts branch members to the Academy for the exhibit, but they only selected a few of the nicer behind the scenes photos. And so I was one of the few that got their photo in the exhibit introducing the different branches of the Academy. And so I was one of them. So I thought that was pretty freaking cool. So if anything, I've at least made it into a museum. This may be the end of my career.
You're rubbing shoulders with giants.
This is it.
No, you haven't peaked. But you're rubbing shoulders with giants, though. That's pretty cool, though. And that's awesome too, because there's history behind that photo. Yeah. There's a deep, rich history of where you once started to where you now have arrived.
Yeah. So that's pretty. So that was very significant in terms of that photo and being able to see it with Roxy specifically. And
that's cool.
And the fact that it was with Roxy, because as I don't know if people who've been following the podcast, Roxy is literally one of the first people that I started filming with at the very beginning of my career. And so Roxy is part of what we call the OG crew. So her, me, Kelly, we worked on my very first film, which is Fun Employment, when we knew nothing at all. And when I mean nothing, I meant didn't know you had to feed crew after 6 hours. I didn't have any call sheets. My call sheets were emails because I never went to film school. So the only way I learned was literally people that were kind enough to not yell at me and just tell me, hey, did you know that it's a law that you need to feed people after 6 hours? I'm like, what? You do? Shit. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll do that now. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So had no clue at all. Because how do you know? You don't know if you don't go to film school and do all these things. And so that's what I learned from employment. And Roxy didn't know she didn't need to put makeup on every single background actor in film. But that's how we started off. And Roxy and I had worked on every single short. After that fiasco, then I was like, you know what? Maybe I should make a short instead of after doing a feature instead of doing a short. And then did a few shorts. And then so Shakespeare on the Range was a major milestone.
Yeah.
So for that to be the photo was very meaningful.
It's huge.
And then And it was coincidental. They didn't know. They just was like, "That's a cool ass photo."
It is a cool photo. Yeah.
It's a great photo. When I saw it, I was like, thank goodness. They could have picked any photo. I have so many other photos that look terrible, because usually most of the behind the scenes photos are just me very stressed out, looking like I'm about to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Just really sweaty, hot, and just not happy. But this one, I was like looking. That's probably why they picked it. I look pleasant. I look like I'm directing.
Yeah.
And I look skinny, so
that's what I've been trying. I'm trying to literally work out a little more and be more active, because God damn, sometimes I look at the BTS photos, I'm like, why do I look like a goblin? This stinks, dude. I look like a sweaty goblin. I just look irritated as well. And I'm like, I hope I don't actually look like this all the time. This shit sucks. Yeah, man. But that's cool though. That is a true piece of history that you are part of, like a greater film history that happens not only just back then, but 2013 or 2010, when did you make Shakespeare on the Rage?
2017.
2017. Wow.
2017.
Oh my gosh, the year before I came around. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was way longer than that.
2017. It was right, yeah. And then right after that, you joined, because right after that we did The Earth Below. Yeah, because that's how I think that was one of the first projects I worked on with Taylor. And Taylor and I jived on that so much. So then we did The Earth Below, and that's when I met you.
No, not on The Earth Below.
Was it that or 6 Words?
It wasn't 6 Words either.
Which one did I meet you?
It was you doing first AD for Writer's Block.
Oh, but I thought I was in the middle of doing all of that too.
You were, but I wasn't part of it though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But that's when you met me, essentially.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I was in the process of doing all those productions. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You were in the middle. You're right. Yeah.
Earth Below.
You were in the middle of doing Earth Below, and that's when you met me for literally
2 seconds, basically.
Yeah, it was a 2-minute meet. I've said that countless times on the podcast. Y'all can watch it. I think I even said it in the last episode. But yeah, that was during The Earth Below, and you were incredibly stressed. You were incredibly stressed, and
all at once.
And I thought our first encounter, I thought I blew it. I was just like, you will never work with her. She is not gonna hire you at all. This is all a scam. You ain't gonna do anything. But yeah. What'd you say?
I was just stressed out. I was just
you were just freaking out. Yeah.
I was like, I'm about to sort through 8 costumes that are all white. And
then you had to do this stupid meeting with this sweaty ass, wannabe filmmaker.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. He's gonna do this stupid shit, and then I gotta go back to work.
Now we're doing a podcast together.
Yeah.
And we've done 188 episodes.
Yeah.
Which is pretty great. So yeah, I've done multiple productions, and now you're full time in art.
Oh yeah.
And still going at it.
Mm-hmm. And that's all thanks to Ursley as well. Ursley really got me working, fully into art department. It's all your fault, is my point. It's all your fault. You ruined my life. It's all your fault. I want my money back.
I ruined your life.
No.
Oh, no.
You're the best. But I think, do you want to talk more about anything you've been working on, or are you just NDAs up to the neck?
No, I mean, a big thing that I've done is at the beginning of March, I made a promise to myself that I am going to take a hiatus from first ADing. So that was a big thing. We'll see. So far, I'm holding strong to it. I've turned down already 4 jobs.
Wow.
Which has been difficult.
I bet, yeah.
Because it's like throwing away money, it feels like. But I am very serious about it because I really want to. Because the thing is, first ADing was always a means to directing and supporting my directing, but it was getting in the way of directing now, in terms of I was working so much that I wasn't being able to put in the time to develop my work as a director. And now I'm taking the time to develop and write my stuff and going to the events that will help me as a director, and then focusing more on, for money, more of my teaching. I had already built up my, as some people may know, I teach editing and I teach piano, and that's a lot more flexible. I can set hours and stuff for that, and I'm not stuck on set. And when you AD, you don't have work-life balance. That does not exist.
It's true.
You are owned by production.
Yeah.
They don't care if you have wrapped.
No, it's true. Yeah.
They can call you after wrap and be like, just letting you know, an emergency just happened and you have to redo the schedule right now, even though everybody's gone home, gone to bed.
Yep.
They don't care. Or it's your off day. They'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry to call you an off day. They're not sorry.
Yeah,
And
they don't care if you're washing your chonies and doing
Yeah.
laundry. Yeah.
You do not care, and you will not get paid extra for any of that time. You are expected to work on your off day. That's just how it goes. So there is a reason why ADs live up, their average lifespan is like 55 or something heinous. And
Or they retire.
yeah, or they retire.
Yeah.
And so that is what I'm doing. So kudos to all you ADs out there who still love it and are career ADs. It's a very difficult and stressful job. And it's just that if I don't do this fully now, then what's the point, right?
Yeah.
That's what I've wanted to do, and that's what I came here to do. So I have to do that. And so my plan has been that it's almost funny. It's kind of going back to how I started in film. So in the very beginning, when I started in film, it was making sketch comedies and stuff like that. And there seems to be a trend right now where a lot of brands are having branded content, but from a sketch perspective, YouTube sketch type stuff. And so some of us, a group of friends and I, we're going to start basically shoot these little mini sketch series type thing that are brand based type thing. We have something that we're doing called Friends in Film, and it's just going to be right now me and my friend Mai, and we've already written 5 or 6 little tiny micro skits type things that we're going to shoot, act in, and edit and everything. I pretty much play myself, but a hyper version of it.
Okay.
So,
All right.
and then super exaggerated version of it. It won't be too far from it. You can imagine what that will be like. And just going to just do a little micro series of it, because I keep coming back to the keynote speaker, J2 Plus from 2016 at South by Southwest, when he talks about doing puffy chair and saying the cavalry is not coming and that you have to do it yourself. Because if you don't, you're going to spend all this time waiting around and waiting for somebody to give you the opportunity. And I feel like that's what we keep doing. I keep submitting to grants. I keep doing the traditional way. I keep trying to find a manager and an agent and stuff, and it's waiting. I'm sick and tired of waiting. And so I think we're just at the point of we're just sick and tired of waiting. And so we're just going to just start making stuff.
Yeah.
So it's almost like returning to our roots.
I was about to say, you're back to form. You returned to form, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So back to how we started, which is just grabbing a camera and just making it. Yeah.
And now you have
The knowledge.
like more than a decade. Oh no,
Yeah.
it's been 15 years? No.
Since what? I started making stuff in 2011, 2010. So yeah, 15.
Yeah,
plus
so you
years.
have literally 15 years of time to build all of that knowledge and all of that.
Compress it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and go. Yeah, exactly. And I'm inspired because Sean Baker just shot this whole short film. I have yet to see, but I've seen lots of amazing trailers with Michelle Yeoh that of a short
Really?
film. Yeah, apparently it's played at Berlindale, but he
love
did it
Michelle Yeoh.
with his iPhone again.
Really?
Yeah, and it looks amazing.
And I love Sean Baker too. That's insane.
Yeah, it looks amazing. And
Sandiwara?
Yeah, and it's just starring her.
I never.
It looks incredible.
Yeah.
And it's literally he shot it with his iPhone again. Just with he got her
Incredible.
and went to Singapore. I think it was either Singapore or Malaysia or somewhere with his iPhone and just went and shot stuff. I just think there's a resurgence in independent filmmaking of just fucking do it yourself, basically. And I think that's the way to go right now. I think it's just people are sick and tired of waiting and being given permission to create.
Well, we live in times of uncertainty, not to get into the weeds of politics, but yeah, it's kind of scary out there right now. And it's, like you said, it's filling out all these things for grants. You're contacting managers, but there's no ROI. There's nothing coming back and giving someone a green light to do it. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are going through this existentialness so far. It may be something even we can talk about with our guests coming up. But yeah, that's definitely a scary thing to look out into the void and know that nothing's coming back. Like Mark Duplass said, the Cavalry's not coming.
It's not coming. Yeah,
so
it is.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, and there's this new trend with honestly, with verticals. I know it's coming to Austin. It has come to Austin.
So Jolie is probably going to get me on a vertical.
Hey, the way I see it is, it's not going anywhere. You should just jump. You should jump on it in the early phases and just treat it like an inside joke, and be fine with it.
Yeah.
They're actually quite fun to be on. They're ridiculous, and they're going to evolve. And they're going to get better, and they will the stories will get better. And that's just how all new ways of tech goes in storytelling. They always start shitty but then the money goes there. And as the money goes there, the artists go there because that's where the money goes. And as artists go there, then the viewers go there because artists are trying different things. And then the stories get better. And then it's always the first people who get there who get all the views, and because they were there first, they establish their paths, and then everybody then jumps on. You see that now. The first Union vertical just shot. I know because I know the person who directed it, and I know the people who are involved.
Really?
Yes, the first Union vertical just finished production. I know the director. I know the people who are part of it. So yes, so Hollywood is already like, oh fuck, we're jumping on it.
Yeah.
So it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. But it's so you might as well jump on that wagon. I interviewed Ashley recently with the production company to perhaps produce. So because I want to know how the sausage gets made. You know? And if I'm a showrunner, then I get to control those stuff. Right? Yeah, that's what showrunning is. And then if I showrun, then I get to direct. So,
Yeah, at least the pilot. Yeah. Wow, that's fascinating. Yeah, because
fascinating, honestly.
It is fascinating, but it's like I know for a fact there's plenty of tech companies that are taking advantage of this shit as well. You know what I mean? A lot of Silicon Valley tech bros are definitely jumping on apps and app developments to probably find a way to, I don't know, unless TikTok makes something to compete against it. Verticals, like you said, are going to be a mainstay, and there's definitely going to be apps that are going to compete against each other for whatever vertical king media platform is gonna have. You know? So
100%.
yeah, shit. yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting, and I just think that people should. Yes, you can grumble about it all you want, but it's here to stay.
Oh yeah.
And we shouldn't fight it. And yes, there should be regulations, and I hope that pay will get better. And yes, it sucks that the pay and the budgets are what it is, but I think
I heard it's not great.
It's terrible. But
yeah,
the old way of making things, I'm pretty sure, has died, and it's just how it is. But that's because technology has improved, and because of that, the speed at which we do things is just significantly faster, and the efficiency at which we do things is significantly faster. Therefore, we can do things at a much smaller budget, and therefore producers are going to, and because we aren't able to make as much money from the viewership, because viewership has changed, you're not going to be able to get the kinds of budgets that you want to make things anymore. And that is just the reality of that. And because of that, you have to adjust for it. And to adjust for it, that means you're not able to pay the rates that we were able to before. So to completely villainize all producers and everything isn't fair either. It sucks, but that's just the reality of it. And I can see both sides, because I'm also a producer, but I'm also crew. So I just hate it when crew completely just gets mad at producers being like, oh, all these shit rates and stuff. Yes, they suck. I'm on the other side too, but I'm a business person as well. So I get it. So it's a push pull. So it's just,
there is probably a way to do it correctly, but it's just tough, especially with shrinking departments and shit like that. A lot of people I know in art are like, you're flying solo, dude. It's just a lot of times you're just PD, art director, set deck, prop master.
And it sucks.
I'm like,
I get it. It sucks, and it is more stressful. I get it. And you can complain all you want, but that's not going to solve the problem. It's not. No. They're just going to hire the other person who's going to complain less.
It's no different than indie filmmaking at the end of the day, because it is small budgets, but it's not something that is impossible. It sucks, but it's not impossible. You know what I mean? But and I understand why, like you said, there's this push-pull. Production has to be low, cost has to be low, everything is low. So you have to play within those parameters.
100%.
But we got to take this plane in for a landing, huh?
Yeah, let's do a landing, and then let's figure out if our guest is waiting for us or not. So.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It is housekeeping time. GetReelisms.com, ladies and gentlemen. You know what it is. Pick up your books. Get your teas like these.
Actually, I forgot to tell everybody, I just released a digital course online. If you are wanting to figure out how to go make your film with what you have, I released a digital course called Create Your Own Content. And basically, it walks.
That could have been a great time to plug that with the whole Mark Duplass stuff, dude. Sorry. What the hell?
I keep forgetting, but it's basically make your own stuff with what you have, which is your phone. I walk you through all the basics, like how to write, how to shoot, how to make a budget, how to do a scheduling, and how to edit. But it's the very minimal that you need to do it. All through what I learned, and that you can do in 6 days. And I know you can do it in 6 days because I did the same exact thing in 2. Yeah, it's online.
There you go. That's on GetReelisms.com?
On GetReelisms.com. And anybody who does the course right now, you get a free ebook with it.
And you get a free ebook? What are we doing, you guys? Get that course. Get that free book.
Make your film. Don't wait, because the Cavalry is not coming. You're the Cavalry.
You're the Cavalry. And that's where we end it, folks. That's it. Thank you so much, Instagram. Thank you so much, Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate you. Stick around for another guest coming at you live in just a few minutes. So stay tuned. Thank you so much, everyone. We appreciate you.